Hello and welcome back. My name is Rabellaka, and this is part 4 of my Tiny Town Shell Challenge build series. And this is where I take the Tiny Town Challenge that was made by Deligracy, and every building is the same shell, which was a shell challenge by Dabney Mallory on Twitch back in April. And each house is using the same shell built in the style dictated by the Tiny Town Challenge. So this house is for Opal Gem, who is into making jewelry with the Crystal Creations pack. And the style of the house is Victorian or Storybook, and the color for this is purple. And this is actually probably my favorite build of them all. Now the first thing I need to do is actually get the lot ready to build. So the fences, there's some extra fences in here, we need to remove these. And also the debug plants and dirt piles that are in here, I'm going to get rid of some of them. Some I'm going to keep around. I do like those plants, but right now they're in the way. So let's get this shell down here. I'm just trying to figure out which orientation I'd like best for this. So there's not a lot of stuff available for purple. And by that I mean there aren't very many walls. There's like one roof tile. So I went with a kind of a grayish stone here. I wanted to go more for the storybook style of house instead of Victorian. I do a lot of Victorian houses, so I wanted to go with something a little bit more fantasy this time. So but for what I had in mind, this was going to make roofing a little bit difficult. So as you can see, I added a little tower onto the back, and yes, this is a shell challenge. The tower has half walls. So they are one step down from being full walls. So if you put a roof on them, you can't tell that they're a half wall. But I need to get the rest of the roof to line up, and what I wanted to do is to make it look, well, cute. So there's hardly any roof tiles. They're all this kind of burgundy color, except for this tile one. I do like the tile one. And I do have some custom content roofs that were purple, but you can't use custom content on a shell challenge, so I didn't use it. And I have a little porch here. At this point, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it. I thought maybe I would make it more Victorian with the round roof corners on like a porch. That's not where it ended up. But yeah, while I mess around with the roof here, it was so difficult to get this roof. And I like working on roofs. I don't know why, but I like roofing my houses. I find it like a bit of a challenge, but like a fun challenge, not like this is too hard, I can't do it. So, but I did find this one to be very tricky. And I think part of it is the shape. It's kind of a cross shaped house. But I did actually figure out in the end how to do this, and it does not look like this at the end. It looks quite a bit different. You'll see how it goes. So, but anyways, I'm working on this week. There was where I live in Ontario in Canada, there was a lot of flooding actually over the last 2 days. So that's been a bit of an adventure. Now, we didn't have it too badly here because at our previous house where I used to live, we used to have flooding every couple of years. So all of our stuff is stored in plastic bins or Rubbermaid bins. So it was pretty easy to just move everything and dry the floor, although we do have some carpet that's still drying out. But after it flooded yesterday, we got more rain today. So that was not ideal. Although we did not have any more flooding here. I know some other places around Ontario, they've had more flooding today than they did yesterday. And it's been fun. And yeah. But anyway, so now I'm working on the tower. And I thought I would go with a different roof tile for the tower because it didn't quite look right with those tiles. And I'm using the Castle Estate kit for this because of the windows. They look very storybook to me. And I've got some of, I think they're called corbels. So got lots of windows here. Did want it to make it look like it was actually a tower, not like just 2 floors. I love how these windows stack together. And I was trying to get something that looked nice up on the top here, even though there's not actually a room there. Oh, sorry, that was the next day. So yeah, I decided to completely redo the whole thing. Redo the roof. I did not like how that roof was looking. So instead, what I decided to do, let's make this more difficult, is to make a roof that curves on the side. So, yeah. I like the houses. I see that I have a friend who has a house like this, and they have like a little tiny front door that has an asymmetrical roof that curves on the edges. And I thought, oh, I want to do something like that. And it doesn't... It's not that it doesn't work, but it's really hard to line up 2 floors of roof like this. But I did get it. Sort of. But anyways, the tiles look really oddly stretched in the middle of the curve. And then the hard part was trying to get the rest of the roof to line up with it. And I was trying to go for like a little bit more asymmetrical. Let's try a whole bunch of different things. I think part of it is the roof trim is really thick, and although it looks really nice with the tile, it did not work well with the different roof sections. So, and then the other thing I decided to do was to make a little tower. So, so here I was trying to do like a little walkway section or something like a balcony that you could come out of the tower and look out on the balcony with the roof on top, which is why the roof is just sitting in the middle right now. I'm going to move it up onto this little walkway in a minute. But with it being a curved wall, everything just kind of is a little wacky, and it was hard to get it to work. So I tried instead to do I was going to say hexagon, but that's 6 sides. An octagon. And that worked better. Now, the one problem I do have is roof pieces are clipping because I have it half using fences and half using walls. So it didn't make the roof tiles disappear. But I really wanted to have this opening here so you could see out, because it is actually very beautiful. And I discovered that you can't do ceiling tiles on a rounded room. So I tried, it just didn't work. And I realized later on that I didn't put ceiling tiles in most of this building. So yeah, I forgot. But so I wanted to have a little ladder to get up here because I want the top room of the tower to actually be where we work on our hobby or money-making thing. So I just put a little, what would you call it? Like a little platform up here. I couldn't think of the word. So I wanted to make it look like a little seating area maybe. And I was having so much trouble with this fence. This ladder. I don't know why. I just could not get it to sit the way I wanted it to. And then so it's in the middle of the walkway between the 2 rooms. But that, it does work. I tested it. It does work. They can go off either side. So they can go into this little balcony or they can go into the tower room. So I put some little clutter things, cushions, but it didn't quite cover the roof, so I have some flowers in there just to make it look pretty. I want this to be a little sitting room, seating area where you can look out and see the pretty landscape around you. Yeah, I like how this turned out. I put some lights around it, and I do build mostly at night, so it's dark. It's dark in a lot of the lot because I want to see how the lighting works. And that's why I build all my builds in nighttime. So, and sometimes I remember and switch it all to daytime, but for the most part, it's just nighttime. And I switched to the different windows here because I really like these ones from Get Together. Yeah, so it seems to be a little bit more storybook, I think, than the Gothic windows from the castle kit. The castle's great if you're building a castle. This is not a castle. So I used all of these ones that look like they're from a Tudor house or something. I think it looks a lot better. I redid, like I said, I redid the whole thing. I shortened up the porch a little bit so it's centered on the roof, not the door. There is a little bit of an unusable area under that roof. That is true, but I just think it looks better. And then off the gallery, I got a couple of mature gem trees and some gems from Realm of Magic, and I wanted to use as much of these as I can because I love the way those gem trees look. It's very fairy tale, and the crystals and the little lights just make it all kind of seem like a fairy garden. I know we don't have fairies, but that's what it reminds me of, is a fairy garden. And I'm going to go back to the gallery here because what I want to get is all of the crystal creations, like the carved crystals, and so I can put those on, as well as all of the, there we go, found one, has a room that has everything. So I want to put all of the, not all of them, but a bunch of the gnomes and some carved crystals and just the raw crystals throughout the build. Especially the purple ones. I was going to say gold for some reason. Especially the purple ones because this is a purple build. So I just put them, I'm just putting them over on the main step here for now. I'm going to get rid of those rooms because I'm not using those. And now move everything into the building or close to it. It's just, there's a lot. And I want to move the trees and the bushes over a little bit. And so I have all of these purple gems. And I'm hoping that I can put them not left on shelves, maybe some of them. But I think there will be other things that will go in different places that they can go on, like tables and things like that. Anyways, so I got my layout done here, and I'm still decorating it. I like the stone still, but some of it I want to have this plaster and is it beams? I don't know what it is, but the plaster look from the get together. Yeah, too many similarly named expansion packs here. Let's put a little bit of light in. I like that lamp from Realm of Magic, but it's so big, so not going to use that. And if you size it down, it leaves the lights where it was. It's kind of weird. So I'm actually, there's a section on this that is probably meant to be like a chimney. So I'm putting the fireplace in front of that chimney and putting some crystals and some flowers. And that will be probably the living room area. So the front entrance when you first come in is actually like a front entrance. And then there's going to be a bathroom, kitchen in the middle, and bedroom at the back. And then the workroom for actually doing the hobby is going to be up in the tower. So I'm just trying to figure out here how I want everything set up. It's so hard though with purple because you get either like a really reddish purple or you get a really bluish purple or you get like a purpley fuchsia purple, and it's just really hard to figure out what you want here. So so I started off with this bed here. I kind of like it, but it's not really what I want. But then here's the one from Realm of Magic. I keep thinking Making Magic, but that's from like The Sims 1. That's the magical expansion pack there. All right, let's get some doors in here, or doorways in some cases. And I do like the Realm of Magic doors. They do look very storybook, fairy tale. See up here we got the carving bench from Crystal Creations, and also a desk. And probably, yeah, and put a computer on here because it is easier to sell things sometimes with a computer. Also getting skills up. And I'm also using the lighting from, I believe that's from high school years, just to give it a bit of a glow. So it's a little, the lighting's really weird up in the tower because it's not full walls, it's only half walls. And then the TV in the living room, I used the one from, oh, here's those lights too from the Party Essentials. And those are funny lights because they just kind of put like it makes the whole wall glow. And it looks, I think it looks fine up here in the tower, but over windows it sometimes looks really weird because it just kind of puts like a film over it. But I was embracing that up here. uh, so I do jump around quite a bit when I'm furnishing the rooms because I was like looking through for things. I'm like, oh, this would actually go really well here. And also, I'm just moving crystals around from where they're sitting to where I want them. So some of them are going to be on display up here in that display case. And I put some in the bedroom as well. I like the bed better over here than where it was over on the other wall, because now I can put some bookshelves up here. So I really embraced the Crystal Creations pack in this particular build. It just made sense. So I've got a little dining area here, a little buffet table. Not that I expected I'd be doing much in the way of parties or anything, but it is sometimes nice to have the buffet table because you can just pay for food and it just appears. But trying to figure out what to put in that corner was a little difficult. But I did find that table there, and I got some things on here and clutter. Putting clutter out is not my favorite part of a build. It's probably my least favorite part. Oh, and the peacock. I love that peacock, but it's so huge, so I tend to shrink it down to as small as it will go, which is still fairly big, and then like put it up on shelves or put it underneath things so that it's there, but it's not as big as it originally would be. And then I'm also using the Country Kitchen kit here. It's really hard to find anything purple that isn't really, really bright. And this is one of the few kitchen sets that does come in purple that is a nice purple. And has a lot of pieces to that too, so you can mix and match. And I have a drinks tray up here and a little bench. Basically, it's supposed to be just kind of a spot to sit and relax. Look at the view. And we got some butterflies on the wall over here and some more decorations. I looked at the Noran curtains, but they're just not quite the style I was looking for, but definitely lots of butterflies on the wall. It's nice that they're lights too, so they do help light up the rooms a bit. And then we have the bathroom here, and I used the peacock set, and then I thought I don't actually need a lot of space in the bathroom. I made it fairly large to begin with, so I just pulled the kitchen back a little bit to give the kitchen more space, and I think that was probably the best thing. So it's like a long galley kitchen now. The whole build ended up being more of a like purple and cream or purple and white than just being purple. That's just the way it is when you're doing something in purple, I guess. So right now I need to fix the bedroom a little bit because I've got windows and door kind of overlapping, and it looks kind of funny, but that will be fixed later. And I also gave this house a spaceship because there are other crystals available in 2 other places. So some of them are on Sixum, which you can get to with spaceship, and also in the see if I can say this, Salvadorada. So I figured a smaller door actually looked better in that spot. Although I'm still struggling with the window placement because it's overlapping still with the door. But anyways, yeah. So you can get crystals from Salvadorada or from Sixum. So that's why there's a spaceship on the lot. So they can go and get the crystals from there. I think there's 3 that are only available from Sixum. So I got to use some of the decor clutter stuff from Realm of Magic that I've never really used. It seems like it's more for like decorating the building actually in the magical realm. So But I thought it looked really nice there. It's not really magical, but it's not a magical build, but it's a scale. It just really looks cute. Really looks cool. So, and then I have a bunch of shelves here. I don't know why I keep putting up so many shelves when I actually really hate decorating the shelves. But I torture myself, I guess. So we put some clothes on the floor. I just thought that looked a little bit more realistic. We got some candles. We've got, I actually remembered to put in like a plunger this time. Did I remember toilet paper? I often forget that. And I have a little laundry hamper. Although I don't actually remember if I put like a laundry, like washer and dryer or anything like that in there. I don't know. Figure that out. So in this room here, I have a piano for just something to do, because sometimes you need a break from doing the crystal creations. Got the fireplace essentials all there, and I have a little desk, but I don't have. I already have a desk upstairs with the computer, so it's a desk that has a drink tray on it right now. So some more decor. I decided to skip doing a lot of the alt placing items, because I know you can clutter things up a lot more. I didn't really feel like it in the kitchen anyways. So then I moved outside a little bit. So we've got trying to get that path. So we put a little patio area with it's kind of a weird set of tiles, because there is a path that matches it, but not exactly. So I used these little stone rug pieces. It's just little circle rugs, and made them all different sizes. Like a couple of large ones, and then filled in with the little ones around it. I think it looks neat, and it kind of bridges the gap between the tiles, the floor tiles, and the pathway, because they are different sizes and they don't match exactly. And then the one thing there is a lot of in purple is flowers. So I have a lot of flowers. I have wildflowers. I have the bougainvillea, I think that's called. There's tons of flowers everywhere on this one, which I really like. I do actually really like putting flowers in, and I almost always make the hollyhocks bigger, because to me the ones in the game are tiny compared to the hollyhocks in real life. The hollyhocks in my garden are 10 feet tall. No joke. Like, they are very, very tall. They're on the ground right now because of the rain we've had the last few days, but once I get them standing up again, and then I'm going to tie them up so that they actually stay up. But yeah, they're huge. So I did put a cauldron here, not because I think that this person's going to be a magic spellcaster, but you can actually cook macaroni and cheese in the cauldron, so it's useful for food. And we've got our sales table out here. I've got a little gate with an arch around it. I like how that looks, actually. And then just have some ivy. That's not ivy. That's wisteria around the house. And we have some purple plants coming up the chimney here. And I even put the little purple plants on the top of the chimney so that it looks like it's hanging over a little bit. I probably put too much on, but that's okay. I wanted this house to look purple, and since it's mostly white, the only way I could do that was with the flowers. And then I was trying to try different trims here, because the walls are not quite the same height, so I thought if I put trim at the top, it would maybe make it look better. So, there we go. Save that. And now let's do a little walkthrough. Now, some things may have changed a little tiny bit, because I did change things later on. Like, as I found items, I maybe would have added them in. But you can see fairly well here what this looks like, and it's sunrise when I did this, so it's got some nice natural light. Considering I built almost the whole thing in the nighttime view. All right, so let's move into the inside here. I've got couple of gnomes here, one on either side of the door. And this is the dining room slash entry hall. And then we'll go through the doorway here into the living slash music room with the TV on the wall here and a nice fireplace with all the crystals. We've got our kitchen here. And I did add some things from Home Chef Hustle. So we got our little bathroom, and then we'll go through here and take a look at the bedroom. I love this bedroom. I think it turned out actually quite nicely. It's a few different shades of purple, but I think it works actually. And we've got the nice crest over the doorway, and then come back out here to our back patio area. And then there's a ladder here from high school years. So you come upstairs, you can take a sit on the bench, take a look out at the very nice scenery, and then move across here to our actual work room, which is full of Crystal Creations and Realm of Magic stuff. But there is also a little meditation bench in there if you get tired. So thank you for watching. Next week will be the Orange House. So if you're new here, don't forget to click on like and subscribe, and click on the little bell for notification of more videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.